Have you ever walked down a city street at night and been completely captivated by the vibrant, glowing signs? That hypnotic, colorful light is probably neon. But have you ever wondered how these iconic lights actually work or where they even came from? Today, we're diving deep into the dazzling world of neon, from its scientific discovery to its role as a cultural icon, and even its modern-day comeback. So, let's start at the beginning. Our story begins over a century ago, in 1898. Two British chemists, Sir William Ramsay and Morris Travers, were experimenting with liquefied air. They were on a mission to discover new elements, and boy, did they succeed. As they carefully distilled the air, they isolated a new, mysterious gas. When they placed this gas into a tube and passed an electric current through it, something magical happened. The tube lit up with a brilliant, fiery reddish-orange glow. They named this new element neon, from the Greek word neos, meaning new, and just like that, a new star was born. But a scientific discovery is one thing, turning it into the signs we see today is another. For that, we need to meet a French engineer and inventor named Georges Claude. Claude was the first person to figure out how to produce neon gas on an industrial scale. He also realized that by trapping this gas in a sealed glass tube and applying a high voltage, he could create a stable, long-lasting light source. In 1910, he unveiled his creation to the world at the Paris Motor Show. Two massive, 12-meter-long neon tubes glowed in brilliant red, stopping everyone in their tracks. It was a sensation. People had never seen anything like it. 2 years later, in 1912, Claude sold his first neon advertising sign to a Parisian barbershop. The sign simply read "Pour le coiffeur," and its bright glow made it impossible to miss, especially at night. It was a revolutionary marketing tool. Business owners quickly saw the potential. Neon signs could make their establishments stand out from the crowd, drawing in customers like moths to a flame. Claude knew he was onto something big. He patented his invention and brought it over to the United States. In 1923, he sold huge neon signs to a Packard car dealership in Los Angeles. The signs, which read Packard, cost an astronomical $24,000 at the time. But they were worth every penny. The dealership's sales reportedly doubled. The American love affair with neon had begun. Throughout the 1920s and 30s, neon exploded across the country. The Art Deco movement was in full swing, and neon's sleek lines and vibrant colors were a perfect match for the era's aesthetic. From the dazzling lights of Times Square in New York City to the glowing signs lining Route 66, neon became the visual language of modern American life. It symbolized progress, prosperity, and the excitement of the city. Think about classic film noir movies. What do you see? Rain-slicked streets, a lone detective, and the moody glow of a neon sign advertising a bar or a hotel. Neon wasn't just light, it was atmosphere. But wait, you might be thinking, neon signs aren't just red, are they? You're right, the classic neon red-orange color comes from pure neon gas. But scientists and artists soon discovered that they could create a whole rainbow of colors. How? By using different gases or by coating the inside of the glass tubes with fluorescent powders called phosphors. For example, if you fill a tube with argon gas, you get a pale blue or lavender light. But if you add a tiny bit of mercury to the argon, you get a much brighter, more intense blue. And if you use that same argon-mercury mix inside a tube coated with a yellow phosphor, the blue light excites the powder, and what you see is a brilliant green. By mixing different gases and phosphors, artists could create a virtually limitless palette of colors. This is why we often use the word neon as a blanket term for all these types of glowing gas discharge signs, even if they don't technically contain neon gas. So, how are these signs actually made? It's a true art form called glass bending or tube bending. It takes years of practice to master. An artist starts with a straight piece of hollow glass tubing. They heat a section of the tube over a superhot flame, like a ribbon burner or a crossfire, until the glass becomes soft and pliable, almost like honey. Then, with skilled hands and incredible precision, they bend and shape the hot glass into letters, curves, and intricate designs, often following a pattern laid out on a workbench. It's a race against time before the glass cools and hardens. Once the entire sign is shaped, electrodes are fused onto each end of the tube. Next comes the really high-tech part. The tube is connected to a vacuum pump to suck out all the air, and any impurities. This is crucial because any leftover air would interfere with the gas and prevent it from glowing properly. The tube is then bombarded with a very high voltage to heat it up and burn off any remaining contaminants. Finally, the tube is backfilled with a precise amount of neon or another noble gas. The tube is then sealed off, and voila, a piece of luminous art is ready to be electrified. It's an incredible fusion of science, craftsmanship, and artistry. For decades, neon reigned supreme. It was the light of choice for movie theaters, diners, motels, and casinos. Las Vegas, in particular, became a veritable museum of neon art, its skyline a glittering testament to the power of the glowing tube. But by the 1960s and 70s, things started to change. New technologies emerged, like fluorescent-lit plastic signs and later, LEDs. These new options were often cheaper to produce and maintain. Neon began to be seen as old-fashioned, expensive, and even a bit tacky. Many classic signs were torn down and replaced. The golden age of neon seemed to be dimming, but you can't keep a good light down. In recent years, neon has been making a huge comeback. Artists, designers, and business owners have rediscovered its unique charm and nostalgic appeal. In a world saturated with digital screens and uniform LED lights, the warm, handcrafted glow of real neon offers something authentic and human. It has a soul that mass-produced lights just can't replicate. You now see neon art in galleries, in trendy restaurants and bars, and as statement pieces in people's homes. Social media has also played a huge role. That good vibes only or live laugh love sign you see all over Instagram. Chances are, it's a neon or a neon-style LED sign. It's become a symbol of cool, retro-chic style, and it's not just about nostalgia. Contemporary artists are pushing the boundaries of what can be done with neon, creating complex sculptures and immersive installations that are absolutely breathtaking. There's also a growing movement to preserve the historic neon signs that still exist. Organizations and dedicated individuals are working to restore these beautiful pieces of history, recognizing them as important cultural artifacts. They're saving the iconic signs of old diners, theaters, and motels, ensuring that future generations can appreciate their beauty and the stories they tell. So, what is it about neon that continues to fascinate us? Maybe it asks the science the magic of trapping a noble gas in a glass tube and making it glow. Maybe it's the artistry, the incredible skill it takes to bend glass into beautiful shapes. Or maybe it's the cultural resonance, the way it evokes a sense of nostalgia for a bygone era, a feeling of urban excitement and endless possibility. It's a light that's more than just a light. It's a craft, it's an art form, and it's a piece of our shared history. From a lab in London to the dazzling streets of Las Vegas and into the art galleries of today, the story of neon is a truly illuminating one. It's a reminder that sometimes the old ways have a warmth and a character that new technologies can't quite capture. The next time you see a neon sign, take a moment to really look at it. Appreciate the craftsmanship, the vibrant color, and the unique glow that has captivated us for over 100 years. The future of neon is looking, well, very bright. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through the glowing world of neon. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the fascinating stories behind everyday things. Let me know in the comments what your favorite neon sign is. I'd love to hear about it. See you in the next one.